Hi guys, Henry Harr here. With me always is the punk rock brother man, Mr. Johnny Noise.
Hey everybody, Henry, we got a really cool show, and I gotta say this is one episode. I mean, Henry and I do a lot of prep for getting ready for doing a lot of these podcasts like and these interviews. This is one podcast, one show that needed zero on my part preparation. But guys, longtime friend of mine, Lodi, New Jersey's very own Mr. Michael Stackhouse. Welcome to the show, brother.
What's up, man? What's up, guys? How's it going?
It's going good. A long time coming. We've tried for quite a while to make this happen, and
Yeah.
we finally nailed you down. I know you're busy with with work and stuff like that, and but it's great to have you on the show, man, for
Yeah,
sure.
been looking forward to it. Gets busy sometimes. It's always something, but here we are finally.
Yeah, and good
Long
representing.
time friend.
Yeah, yes. For those of you who don't know, uh, probably pre junior high school that we were hanging out because we lived a stone's throw away, literally, and
Yeah.
so a lot of antics as kids, besides all the music stuff. Uh, for those of you who don't know, Mike does sing. He's in a band. He's been performing for years. They've been going for quite a long time. You've been doing music and playing out for years now.
Yeah, it's been a bit. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been a journey. Nice little ride. How it all started.
Yeah,
I laid off of it for a while when I was a kid. And got into martial arts, did that for a long time, and then I always wanted to find out what my musical talent would have done back in the day. If who knows if we would all stuck together
put
and
together.
at that time made that happen as kids, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I just wanted to figure out what my musical talents were, and then I just got drawn to it and kept on going, and got better and better at it. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So I love music. You know how music brings everything together.
Yeah, and uh, I tell a lot of people, we talk about being a musician, and Henry knows this too, because he plays bass, and it's something that um, you can't explain it to people. It's almost like an addiction. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like people
it
get into
definitely
different
can be. That's
things.
for sure.
Yeah, and once you get a little, you know, like a little taste of performing and playing music or whatever, you can never let it go.
Oh my
So
God, I'm telling you, it's
you're
it, and
stuck.
it's that feeling too when you're out there performing in front of people. I mean, I don't care what scale it is it's on, but there's a certain feeling that you get, like this adrenaline thing, and making people like dance and happy. You see them with smiling and dancing. It's a great feeling. You're doing something right there.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. But I'm gonna let Henry. He's got some questions, and I figured because you and I are of the same product, we're both uh,
Yeah.
Lodi Lodidians or however you want to call it. But we'll kind of surf it back and forth a little bit on answering some of the questions he has, and then we'll
Absolutely.
just shoot from the hip from there. We'll go from there. But man, I can't believe it. Mike Stackhouse on the show, guys. We got a lot of people waiting for this one. It's gonna go. It's gonna go
I'll keep
crazy, go
going on.
nuts. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Everybody out in Lodi, Bergen County, whatever. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing good with this snowstorm coming your way. But as far as there's
Yeah,
a lot of
we're getting
anticipation with.
whacked tonight with some snow, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's been like I said, I'm gonna let Henry throw some questions our way, and we'll let it go from there, man. Go ahead,
What's
Henry.
up, Henry? What you
Take
got?
it away,
All
brother.
right. So, speaking of Lodi, New Jersey, and everything, my first question is for both of you: what was it like growing up in Lodi, New Jersey?
I mean, listen, we did what we had to do as kids, listen to our parents, do, like I think our parents had a lot to do with like maybe like the way we all grew up, but it was a little bit of a tough town, a small town. So everybody kind of knew each other, especially in certain areas where, like, me and John grew up. there was like a certain clique of people, always hanging out and stuff like that. And it was a lot of fun. There was a lot of great memories. There was a lot of good things to do, and we ended up as kids getting into music and taking that approach there. So we had some good times there. Hmm.
Yeah, definitely. We had talked about this before, Henry and I, and back when we grew up, no computers, no nothing,
Yeah,
So it was either, the your AM or FM radio. You remember the Dr. Demento show from back in the day?
I don't.
Oh my God. So you listen to these crazy radio shows, but there was literally, there was garage bands everywhere. There was one right across the street from where I lived. We started playing. Of course, the Misfits were uh, up the block from us.
Literally right down the block. Yeah.
They were down the block, and I wouldn't classify them as a garage band at all. I mean, at that stage, they're a bit older than you and I.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were already out there performing and playing.
We would go to the garage at times and just hang out, watch them
Hang
play.
out, but yeah, yeah.
The door open there and stuff. And
You heard them when they rehearsed. I can tell you this. So the whole area, you heard them, no matter where you were in Lodi. Like, the Fifth are playing. It was so loud. It was just, they had some, I'm sure they got some crazy, amps. They pumped out a lot of wattage. Man, I'll tell you what.
it was a lot of fun. And then us getting together. Literally, Henry, we would you know get shopping carts and stuff like that, and put Steven's drums on there and bring them to my right to my front door of my house. And I remember one time I even had a birthday party. We set up in the living room. We were jammed out. People on the like a porch fest. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
people like hanging out. We're doing our songs.
It was
Wow,
crazy. It was
It was
that's
crazy.
pretty
awesome.
cool. Yeah. I mean, as kids, as young kids, that was like, that was something.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
took,
that sounds like a good neighborhood get together. You know.
we were in the Lodi hood for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. We were Lodi Village, man. Yeah. It was.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Yeah.
crazy. But and back then, we, you're fearless. You just go. There was no, oh, I don't want to go. I can't. You went. We all had that personality of, you know what, we want to do something, and we did. We didn't give a shit.
Yep.
But it was super cool to come up from that area. I think it forms who you are today, having gone
Yeah.
through the quote unquote Lodi, New Jersey experience growing up. You know what I
And, and
mean?
look at and look at us now. We're all still friends. Like so much time has passed by, through the years, and me and John started talking again. It was like we never left. We skipped a beat. It was just boom. And right
Yeah,
back into
right back into
old
yeah. Well,
times and
we
stuff.
picked it right up, and you came out to the Black Friday show. When I flew
Yeah,
out from New Orleans, and which was cool. I still got all the pictures from that too, which was cool
that's
as
cool.
hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Me
yeah.
and Steve
So
took a picture on stage. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Well,
that was an awesome
at the
moment
end,
right there.
everybody, yeah, everybody just jumped on stage. We took a bunch of shots, but yeah, it was really, really cool.
First it was this, and then there was everything else.
Then it was everything else. I said, "What the hell?" It was crazy.
Yeah,
It was it,
yeah.
it was such a different time growing up back then.
Especially back then, and things were different too. It was back in like the mid '70s.
Yeah, yeah, and we were little
Late
smart
'70s.
asses too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, but Henry, I'll let you go on to the next question. 'Cause otherwise, Mike
Go
and I
ahead,
would have
Henry.
done this. There'll be a 5-hour show.
Yeah, cause I was about to say, cause I'm fascinated by all this. Just hearing everything, and um,
Crazy.
especially I'm a big fan from all the bands of that time and that era. So getting to
Hmm.
hear it from the people that were actually there is a real treat for me. I'm like in seventh heaven right now.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but
Nice.
my second question is, how did you guys meet?
I was just
We're just talking about
thinking
that.
about that.
Yeah.
I don't remember how we all kind of collaborated and got together and said, hey, we should do music. I can't. remember. I was probably too young, and they were a little older than me, Johnny and Steven. So they might remember a little bit better, but I can't remember
Yeah,
how it just all
I
came to
don't, I
that.
don't, I don't recall.
But it did.
It did, it did. Um, I know. I'm trying to think. I know we all had. Okay, going back here, you know, we all had paper routes like the shopper route or
Yeah.
the Bergen record. Back then, you know, nobody handed us shit. Want
No.
people to realize
I was 13 years old doing paper routes and stuff.
paper
We were
routes. We
just
had,
going
yeah,
back then.
and
What were you gonna
might
do? Man?
and that might have been it. Maybe the shopper.
Could have been.
If you wanted money, to do anything, there was no, hey ma, can I have $5?
No.
Or they were like, get the fuck out of here, get a
Go
job.
work.
Like,
Go to
go
work.
work. You had to work, cut grass, do whatever. So
We did what we had to do. Yeah.
yeah, and that
Probably
possibly
something like that. A
something like
paper
that. I
route,
think
talking, hanging out, and all of a
something.
sudden
Yeah, yeah.
there was a musical instrument from one of us, and boom, that's all it took. It was like,
That's right. Yeah,
okay, let's do
yeah.
this, you know.
It was and of course we're goofing around as kids and chucking beer bottles off of the roof of the bowling alley and making a mess,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember building slingshots and just
Bringing
hitting
slingshots. Yeah.
bottles like in the back of the Lodi lanes.
Yeah. I apologize to the guys at Lodi Lanes now if they're still there.
Yeah.
That was
We
us,
did. We're
guys.
just
That was
trying to have
us.
some fun, you know.
We made a freaking mess in the alleyways, lit shit on fire. It's just whatever it
I
was.
remember getting chased through that alleyway a few times
A
myself.
couple times. Yeah. Yep. A bunch. We were a little,
Good old
little
days, though. I
bastards.
mean,
Fun,
you know,
yeah. So, but I think yeah, it had to been something with the paper route thing, and so
yeah,
that's
we
how
all just
things kind of got started.
yeah. Remember even a couple of times going back and forth. See, like I remember you guys were trying to get into a little bit more of like the punk rock stuff, and I was like more into like rock and roll sort of music. I remember one time we were in Steve's house, and I had brought my guitar there, and you guys were teaching me chords because I think we were gonna start doing something like Steven was talking about opening up for like the Misfits and stuff like that way back then.
Way
We're
back in
gonna
the
do
day,
something.
yeah.
I'm telling you, we're gonna go. And then all you got to do is learn these three chords,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I remember I had that red guitar.
yeah,
You were
yeah,
you,
yeah,
you
yeah.
were teaching me like some chords and stuff like that, and you know, I just remember like being more into rock and roll, and probably that's what kind of like made me sway towards a little different direction. And you guys were into that, punk stuff, and you guys like ran with that and did very
Oh
well with
yeah,
it. And at that time, that's what was coming around. That's the kind of music that was new coming out.
it was big. It was big, and we jumped into that whole scene, which worked out really good for me because you know, the quote unquote, I don't want to say rich kids, but kids who had, a little bit of money. Back then, they wore like the Jordache jeans and the this, that, and the other. So the punk thing for me allowed me to have like secondhand clothing and to rip the
Yeah.
shit out of it and pin it back together.
It was
And
still good
hey,
to wear, no matter what
that
you
was
did
still
to
good
it,
to
right?
wear. I got sent home. I sent home a couple times with like the Sex Pistol T-shirt, from Jim. Get out of here, go home, change your shirt.
Yeah.
But I think it allowed me some self-expression without having the monetary advantages of some of the other kids in school.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
have it.
Yep.
I did not have it. I would literally have hand-me-down clothes. I couldn't even adjust the height of my pants. I used to staple the cuff of my pants, literally. Honest to God, because it was dragging the floor, so I roll them up and I staple them, and I go to school like that with my black boots, and all my chains and shit, and my dog collar and my spikes and all my
Made
shit.
it happen, bro. You guys did
Just
a
made
good
it
job.
happen. Yeah. I just went with it. So I think the punk rock thing, for me, allowed me to, I don't want to say be one of the cool kids per se, but be recognized instead of just
Johnny came
some.
out of his shell.
I
Johnny
came
was a
out of
little
my
reserved, and
shell.
then he came out of his shell a little bit
I
once
was a
that
lot. I was a lot
yeah,
reserved. A
he let
lot
it go, man.
reserved. Coke bottle glasses, and
Yeah,
I weighed 140 pounds. I was just this little kid, and scared to death, and but it was good. It was good.
yeah,
It built. It definitely was a character building experience for me. The whole punk scene. So, but Henry,
yeah.
we're rambling again, brother. Let me hit another question.
Like I said, man, I'm loving every minute of this. So y'all, y'all can sit there and talk, forever as far as I'm concerned. But um, so okay, speaking of the punk rock, and starting to discover music at that age, and learning how to play guitar and stuff. Now, was that a transition that carried on from, let's say, middle school going into high school for you guys?
I think so. Yeah, it's about that time. Yeah,
Yeah,
or maybe
yeah.
no, it might have been like even before
Before,
that.
because I was by the
Yeah,
time I got to middle school, I was kind of already into my punk phase, I
yeah,
think.
it was before that.
So it had to been before that, because
Okay.
so
Yeah,
I remember.
we were. I was definitely still in grammar school.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So when I hit middle school, that's when I think really the punk thing for me kind of really started to take hold, you
yeah,
know,
Yeah.
and
that's
then from
absolutely
that
right.
point it was crazy after that. But you know, um, but when we first started playing music, I mean, initially the first time we did
I mean, we were little
anything,
kids.
we were kids. We definitely were kids, and we did we just talked about this. We did, I think, Proud Mary, Rolling on a River, and there's another
Yeah,
song you mentioned too, and
it was what do you call it? Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Be Good,
I remember
you know,
we were doing that. We were
we
doing some
did
songs
that.
like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Trying to. I'm pushing them to do an ELO song.
yeah, yeah. Remember that? Remember that?
Uh, I don't
Oh my
remember
God.
which one it was, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, I remember you had the album, right? I
yeah,
think and so you spin the record, and you would sing to the ELO songs like in your room, and we
yeah,
were trying to
yeah,
figure it out, you know,
yeah,
and so, but early on it was whatever we can get a hold of to make it work, we did, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it was a lot of fun. It was definitely
I do.
and
I got a picture somewhere, John, of me, you, and Steven, um, in my mother's living room. Jamming out like that. And I so want to find it. I don't know where it is or who has it, but somebody. I got to do some digging and try to get that. That's like be a nice
that
little
would be
celebratory
awesome.
moment there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And back then, Henry, music was dangerous. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why music was dangerous. There was no GFI plugs when we were kids.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
That's another thing. Yeah,
that's another thing. We got freaking electrocuted 1,000 times because, especially in my grandmother's basement, which was wet all the time.
yeah,
And then outside your bedroom window that one time, I put the amp, and then the amp touched the wall, the outside of the wall or something, and I freaking got fried. I'm like hanging onto the guitar. I'm getting like
it's
shocked.
tough, man.
Ah! So we got
We survived.
zapped. Yeah, yeah, like
We survived.
constantly, constantly. Uh, where we're lucky to be alive with all that shit.
Yeah, man. No ground wire. Oh man.
No,
No,
no.
back then, we didn't know any better too. We were just like plugging stuff in, just going like.
Yeah, the old two-prong plug. Good luck. Your hair stood up. It's like, like Back to the fucking
Man.
future. Just static shit everywhere, and then you
A
get.
couple of short circuits that explains some things that's going
Yeah,
on.
well, exactly. That's probably why, yeah, the way I am. I got my brain got fried. But you couldn't like when we rehearsed. if you got two guitar players and a singer, you couldn't like touch each other because you'd get zapped. Like you couldn't touch. If I had a guitar, I couldn't touch the mic or whatever. So we used to screw with our original singer, from Morning Noise. We would shock him with the guitars. Like you motherfuckers. But it was just what it was. It was what it was. We got it was just a lot of stray voltage every fucking where. It was insane. It was
Fun
just,
stuff.
but yeah, we had fun. We had a lot of fun. But I'll let you get the next question there, Henry.
Okay, cool. So when you guys were jamming, it was what was the lineup like? Of course, Steve played drums. I know that much.
Yeah.
What was your uh what was you
I think
guys
I
doing?
just sang and played like tambourine. I had this one drum. It was like a snare drum. I remember, and I think I used to just hit it every once in a while. But Steve was just the guy doing the drums, and John played the guitar, and that's it. And I sang, and we just kind of did it like that. A little bit of some percussion, maybe I think I was doing, but yeah, we kind of did it
Yeah,
just like that.
yeah,
That's awesome,
and
man. Just
and
jamming
and
out, man. Just
yeah,
oh wow.
There would
we
be like a lot of people would come, like our friends and all the kids and stuff would come to the front porch and hang out and listen to us play and you know and I think we did a couple of birthday parties at at my house where I had some
yeah,
family over and stuff like that, and we were playing music. I
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that.
It was
Amazing the things you can remember back, like now, like back in the day, like so like it was like yesterday,
yeah, yeah,
that stuff just sometimes some of that stuff just sticks with you.
yeah, yeah. The apartments were set up like in these courtyards, so it was like a
Yeah.
like a horseshoe thing, right? I think, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
So then you were in like the last group of buildings, and then right across the street was my grandmother's house. So we were that
Exactly.
close.
Yep.
We were that
Yep.
close. So
Yeah.
and we used to, yeah, yeah. So we used to terrorize everybody with our bad music. Yeah,
Go down Mary Street in like the bottom of the carriage or something like that. Take
yeah.
the carriage off and just we had like a cart. We would go down Mary Street with like a rope trying to steer it.
There, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that was the thing. You had to invent shit back then. You had to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
up
exactly.
stuff.
You
You
wanted to
know,
have some fun. You had to
you
like
want to have
invent
some
stuff.
fun, and we get these brainiac ideas as kids. Hey, I got an idea. We're gonna get a shopping cart, and we're gonna pack it full of pillows and whatnot, and we're gonna crash into this fucking cement wall at the bottom of this hill. And we're like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea to me. And that's what we fucking did. You
And
know,
then and then welcome to the skateboards.
the
Then came
skateboards
skateboards.
too. Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah, we survived that too. I don't know how to frig. What's that? What's that hill that we went down? That was close to the middle school, wasn't
Terhune
it?
Avenue
That just
by
we did
Basics.
this. I think so. Yeah, this huge hill. At the bottom of the hill was like this freaking sweeping turn. Isn't that where the what was that? The woods? What do they call the woods that were there? I got to a couple of fights in that little patch of
Are you
woods when I
talking
was in
about like
school.
Woodland Park? Was that?
No, it was, um, I just thought it was this pretty steep hill, and we used to ride. Rode the skateboards down there. We were flying. I mean, we were like literally, you know, I don't know how we survived that either. And then
Yeah.
one time the wheels fell off. Now I'm
Yeah.
surfing the thing literally on the ground, just scraping down this freaking hill. Yeah, like I said, back then there was a lot of a lot of stitches and bloody
Oh yeah.
noses,
Oh
and
my God.
you
I
got
remember
you
coming
got
home
banged
so many
up.
times, all scraped up,
Yeah, yeah.
bruises, bleeding. Uh,
Oh, yeah. So it's we're lucky to be alive. So
A lot of blood and stitches,
a
huh?
lot of blood and stitches, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Oh
It,
wow.
it was crazy times, but and then like I said, with us doing the music,
yeah.
it set us on a path, and we
And
went
then
with it,
we're all still doing it, right? We're all still doing
and
it.
we're all still
That's how
doing it.
that's how str- that's how strong it is.
Umpteen years later, where everybody's still at it in one form or another, and it sticks with you. I'm I'm just I'm just shocked by how many people remember. Oh, whatever. Like, really, holy. It's just amazing. Well, especially if they're from where we grew up, there's that
Yeah.
connection. But yeah, Henry, I'll let you go on to the next question.
Okay.
That you got, man.
So so this is another school question. So what was it like going to attending Lodi High School, aka Punk Rock High? I know that Steve and Yvonne and Doyle. I think they were a grade or two ahead of you guys, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
But was it
It was
like
so.
you know what am I trying to say? Not not uh,
So,
not not like different cliques, but like this guy was in this band and this guy was
yeah.
in
And
pretty
you
much.
knew who was in what band, and there were always you'd see them hanging out and stuff like that all together, and um, you know um, yeah, and there was like a lot of like stuff in school where there was like talent shows and stuff like that,
yeah,
where
yeah,
the bands would get together, and um, I was out of music at that time, so I would be watching them, and you know all the bands from Lodi. Then I think there was like that the Wallington roller skating rink where a lot of bands would get together and play over there from our town, right, John? Yeah. So we'd watch them jam out over there and stuff like that, and still very young and stuff like that, it's high
yeah.
school
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, it was always cool to watch that and see. And you knew who they were, you knew who everyone was, and there was always parties and stuff like that afterwards and stuff. So that was always cool.
And trouble. Yeah, I got in trouble in Wallington too. So
And
always
girls,
stuff.
the girls.
And the girls. Yeah, yep. Just side note. First, like, girlfriend per se. I'm skating around with I think with the backwards skate, whatever the fuck it was, and it had the walls going around, and it was a little circular. I went flying over the fucking wall, flipped, landed on one of those couches, those round couches, and there was. Well, at the time, I didn't know who she was. I crashed into a bunch of these girls. So they landed right on top of these freaking girls. Blam!
And you
So
landed good. I'm sure you
I
landed
landed
good.
good. Yeah, and then I picked one of them up, and she was my girlfriend for quite a few years, until I left for the Navy, actually. And so
Wow.
yeah, going back in the day, there was no Facebook. You went to the roller skating rink and you wiped out a bunch of people, and you picked up the ones off the floor. Hey, how you doing?
You
So,
met you had to meet people when you were out hanging out, and
hanging
go
out.
to like watch the bands play or local
Yeah,
bands and stuff like that. So yeah.
the bands play. We go to the well, when everybody started getting their licenses, I was the last one to drive uh, uh, in the group anyway. Rocky Horror Picture Show. We would go, which would go on at midnight. So we did a lot of that stuff, and then of course everybody would go to New York. And I don't care what time of day, night,
Yeah.
three o'clock in the morning, whatever. Hey, let's go get
The city
Chinese
was
food.
close by, so we
It was
would we
right
would
fucking
definitely make some
there.
trips to the city and
Yep,
just
and go.
enjoy that nightlife there for a little bit, watching the crazy stuff happen there, in New York
Never,
City.
never stopped. Never stopped. No matter what time of day it was, early morning, whatever it was. And
Smashing down some gyros. I remember,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
partying, smashing some
Oh
gyros down,
shit.
getting back home.
Yeah, yeah. So
John, remember Harry's Corner over there on what was that, Little Ferry or something like that?
I'm trying to think. Yeah.
They had like these egg sandwiches. We would go like out to the clubs and stuff, and then hit Harry's Corner because they were open till like 4 o'clock in the morning, serving like egg sandwiches and stuff.
It's and exactly what you need at 4 a.m. is like a
Yeah.
fucking
Oh
egg
yeah.
sandwich. You know what I mean? It's like
Chili egg and cheese sandwich.
chili, yeah, or better yet, White Castle. Let's go to White
Yep.
Castle. Oh my God. You know,
Yep.
I'd probably pass out and die if I had a White Castle burger right now. I don't know if I can handle that.
Harry's Corner, classic.
I'm telling you. But like I said, it was a much different time. You know, Bleecker Bob's, we would go trash in Waterville to get some clothing. You know, Bleecker Bob's is a record store, and we'd go down to the village a lot. You know, and stuff like
Yep.
that. And so it was. But back then, it was a different world than it is today. You know, we were
Yeah,
kids.
definitely.
Nobody,
You'd be
nobody
able to take a bus and go to the Bergen Mall or the Garden State Plaza and go hang out with your friends.
yeah,
There wasn't too much of a worry. We just all hung out, had
we
fun,
went.
and then made our way back home with but like John said, times were different back then. So
Yeah, yeah, definitely a different world. But have you have some music questions for Mike about his current music
Yes. So, Mike,
projects he's doing?
tell us a little bit about "Not My Fault."
okay, yeah. So we got a six-piece band, bass, guitar, another female vocalist there. Her name is Judy. She's a great singer. We do some duets. That band is a little bit geared more towards, let's say, dance music, and she's doing some Pat Benatar and Joan Jett songs. Um, you know, and it's good. Good drummer. We're having a lot of fun with it. We got a couple of new players. Some guy Dave now who plays keyboards and also does rhythm guitar. So you know, a nice bass player that just brings it. So it's fun. It's been a lot of fun. And then I got the other band, which is called Static Quo. A little bit more heavier music. Like a little bit like Billy Idol. A little some Stone Temple Pilots. What else we
Cool.
got?
Yeah.
Some In Excess. A little rock and roll fantasy. Hungry Like the Wolf. Dirty White Boy. Rebel 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 Yell. Stuff like that. And that's a lot of fun too. So that's a four-piece band, and we have the same guitarist, the same lead guitarist in both bands, and great drummer, good bass player. So a lot of fun with that, and then we're going out, up and down the Bergen County, Sussex County strip, playing at the different places, and having a lot of fun. Outdoor gigs, during the summertime. Sometimes we'll go to Connecticut and do like a brewery or something over there, and you know something out of bounds a little bit, and it's been great.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's not easy to juggle two bands, with all the songs and everything, but the cool thing is that you get to play and sing, different music. So
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like
Mm.
broadens you out a little bit more. So that's kind of cool,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've seen some of the you can see some of the footage on Facebook and stuff. And
Yeah,
you're out there doing it and doing playing the music, which is cool. And and like you said, at this stage, we never it never really stopped per se. We're still going. There's so many
yeah.
people that were
Hey, listen, it's a lot of fun, like
yeah,
not everybody
yeah,
could kind of just get up and do what we do there. You know what I mean? And it's fun. There is a great feeling of like adrenaline and stuff like when you're doing it,
oh yeah, yeah,
and when you find something you like to do, and it is addicting, like you said. There is a little bit of an addiction there where you just want to keep on going with that. All of a sudden music stops and you on a little break and you're like, oh man, I wish I had a gig. I want to go sing in front of some people or play
yeah,
a guitar, and I'm
something.
sure the other members of my band all feel the same way. So it's a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
fun. It's a lot of fun, and we got some, the people that follow us around. They're really cool. They come to our shows and have a lot of fun and all the shenanigans that go along with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It is it's a rush. It really is. With my last band I had here, the Crimson Carry band, we hit it pretty hard for like 2.5 years. We
Mhm.
were doing really good. And matter of fact, that's where kind of Henry and I linked up.
Yeah.
And and it just becomes this thing. It's like um, you look forward to every Saturday going to the rehearsal studio and then hitting whatever
Yeah.
club that we're going to do, whatever gig we got, or running down to Macon, Georgia, or whatever.
It gets
So
exciting. It definitely
it
gets exciting.
does, it does, and you get that
Look,
feeling.
you have a hard day at work or something like that, or at the end of the week, and you got band rehearsal. You just like take all your aggressions out there. You like sometimes you look so forward to just blasting out some
Yeah,
tunes, man. And
oh yeah, oh
that's
yeah.
kind of cool.
It's stress relief. Some
Yeah,
people,
there you
some people
go.
will
Yeah.
go bowling, some people do other stuff or whatever it is, and I think for us, and Henry included, it's your stress relief is your music because
Oh,
Henry does
definitely.
Henry does a lot of videos playing
Absolutely.
bass and stuff too. It's just I'm going to do my music, or now we got our
It's
podcasts.
not easy. It's not easy. It's
Oh no.
it's a lot
No,
of work doing that. So you got to really
yeah,
really like it.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
you know, getting to the gigs early, setting everything up, playing, running around all over the place, then
yeah.
breaking everything down and getting home late at night and stuff. And
Oh
you know,
yeah, oh yeah.
that's
I
that's
think
that's the part you gotta
deal
get
with.
past.
Yeah,
And.
Oh yeah.
yeah. I would leave here sometimes at noon, go to Huntsville, rehearse, get a phone call from a club. Hey, so and so dropped out. You guys want to play? Run back home, get the rest of my gear, go back up to Huntsville. Sound check at 5, and then don't get paid out to 3 a.m. And then have them to grab 50 miles out and grab a hotel room. So you're on the go from like 10 in the morning till 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's a long day sometimes, man.
to
Long day.
play a 45-minute set.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we get to play 3 hour sets at least there, John.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do. Yeah, it's because you guys are doing a whole
Not 3 hour, like a full 3 hours of music,
three
so
hours of music. Yeah,
or
yeah,
two really long ones.
yeah. Now I'm good.
But
Half hour, 40 minutes. I'm gone. Have a
that's
nice
it.
day. I'm out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but,
wish.
whew,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Now
That's a
we're
lot.
stuck doing almost 40 songs.
Wow, wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's a lot.
yeah.
That's a lot not only to remember and to get right each time and to whatever it is.
It's live music.
It's live. You got to do it. We had like a
That's it. You
dozen.
just
Yeah,
and that's what makes it great too. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a lot of work, but it's the self satisfaction that's the payoff is like, oh man,
It
it's such a great feeling. It's like a drug, but it's like a pure benign drug that does nothing but cleanse you.
it certainly is self satisfaction. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know for myself anyway. A lot of improv. You got an idea, and then it goes to shit, and then on stage you got to change it, and you do something else. It's like okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do whatever the
yeah.
case is.
Stuff
You got to
happens
be
so fast. There's
you got
no
to be
time to
quick.
think. You just gotta.
You got to be
It's
quick.
funny how you just gotta like kind of jump on a train and just keep on going, like
Yeah.
without any kind of a hitch being noticed sometimes.
No brakes.
But
Going
yeah, that's
downhill.
that's
It's
all
going. It's
part
on.
of it,
Yeah.
part of experience and all of that stuff too. So
You make a trip or a stumble look like you meant to do it. Hey, I'm
yeah,
back.
right there you go.
Meanwhile, you're like,
Right.
oh, I almost killed myself.
Forget some words. Hold the microphone out. Let
To the
the
crowd.
audience
Yeah,
start
yeah,
singing it to you.
yeah.
Well,
Sometimes.
it's show business. You can never let on. You can
Never
never.
let on. I'm telling you, and you never lose your place when you're playing, you know, quote unquote. And
Yeah,
if
yeah,
I
exactly.
ever did, I would just mute my strings and just strum up, and just mute it to the beat of the song. No one knew, and get back to where I needed to be. And
So
it's just
the musicians, they get to hide it a little bit better than the vocalists.
for the vocalist, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
When we
Definitely,
mess
trust
up,
me.
you could usually notice. Jump
I
back on
could
that
screw
train.
up a little bit, and nobody knew. At least so I can get back on track and where the hell I need to be. And the sound's different. When you do a live show, the sound is different. You don't hear a lot of things. You have to know your place.
Yeah.
Sometimes the PA isn't the greatest, or you have your inner ear, or something's tweaked not right, or whatever, or it's just one of those things where playing in your room or in the studio is one thing. Live on stage is a different animal. You have to know your shit when you're on
Absolutely.
stage and know where you're at, what you're doing all the time.
And that's
Otherwise,
what the practice is all about too, like
oh man, yeah,
rehearsals and stuff like
yeah,
that. It just builds you up to that. When you get to a spot and you're playing out live and something happens, you got that experience there. It helps you out along the way. The other great thing is the camaraderie with the bandmates. It's a lot. When you
Yeah.
got
yeah,
a group of
yeah,
people that are gelling nice together, and you guys we're having fun and we're laughing at rehearsal and making jokes and then being
yeah,
serious about music and making sure everything is as good as we can get it and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. You have a couple of beers, you hang out, you got some good
yeah,
people
yeah,
you're playing with, and yeah, man, it's cool. Camaraderie with the bandmates is awesome.
yeah.
It's awesome.
I think I like it.
We're gonna get we're gonna try to get them on. Maybe we can get one or two of the bands that I'm in on, and then
Oh yeah, well,
you
we
guys
had
could meet some of
yes,
them. Maybe we'll
yeah.
do a song.
This is just a prelude to the
Yeah.
full band. We want the bands on for sure.
That'll be cool.
Um, yeah, yeah. Just whatever we can coordinate. The door's always open. As they say, the lights on the porch at the Motel 6. Just come on in. We'll figure it out. But yeah,
And
definitely want the bands.
the female singer that's in the six-piece band with us, not my fault. She's also from Lodi. Go figure.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we escape Lodi? Is this a curse?
I don't know
What
how
the
it
fuck
happens
is
like
going
that, but
on?
it's there a lot of listen. It's not a thing. There was always a lot of music that came out of Lodi, our
There
town, right?
was. There was.
There
Yeah.
always was. We did some music in that town, man.
You
Yeah,
know,
and it's still
people
going.
right. That, and I think being in the proximity too to New York City back in the day and have access to all these clubs and and then we played the Dirt Club and then in Bloomfield and then the show place in Dover, but a lot of the clubs were
Yeah,
in New York.
yeah,
So it was like you can get a band together, catch an open mic night or whatever it is, and go play in New York, and that was kind of for a lot of people that was like the key to
yeah,
going on to the next step was, you hit New York City, you hit CB's, Max's, Peanut Gallery, places like that, and now you're all of a sudden you're starting to click along here. Now you're in New York City. You're on stage at CBGB's in fucking
You're
New
you're
York
you're
City,
you're big time there. You're like, oh my
and
God,
you're
what's happening
what's
here?
happening, and you're a kid. We had to have, we were underage. We had to have, people with us to get us in
Yeah,
some of these
yeah,
places, and you either you jump off the bridge or you don't, and we did. We just went for it, and
yeah.
but that was the thing.
I so admire that with you guys when you guys went and did that and kept on going hard with that stuff. That was like awesome
Oh, it was
to watch you
crazy.
guys. See.
Yeah, yeah. It was. I had a lot of good memories. Not only from when you and I were kids were playing, then but with Morning Noise. Well, before even that, we went through like
Right.
Implosion, Generation One. We had a whole list of names that we changed over the the years when we started playing. But it was just
Yeah.
something you did, and you just we all kind of fell into this thing. And now, like you said, all these years later, everybody's doing something.
Yeah.
No one has left, you know, uh, uh, the music. Even when I left for the military, I left for the Navy in with the book of '85. I had a stack of those, the first 45 that we printed out. I took them with me. And when I came back from basic training, I was going out to Sicily. As a matter of fact, I went to Sigonella, Sicily. I had a box of these fucking records, and I'm meeting all these new people. Uh, uh, and I'm giving out fucking punk rock albums in Sicily to these Navy
Yeah.
guys and shit. And then, it's like, oh, it's crazy. And if anybody, if you have one of those, don't, I don't even have an original one. I was stupid enough not to keep one of the original 45s. So I'm trying to hunt one down now. But I
They're
gave
worth money
away.
now. All those albums
Oh,
from
it's
back in the
fucking
day,
nuts.
right? Like
Nuts.
people
Yeah.
are buying them, spending some money on
Spending some money
those.
on our little 45 that we recorded. And so, but it was something that is experience that we went through that I carried with me the whole time I was in the military. It never went away. I've always played guitar somewhere. I've always did
Yeah,
something somewhere. I was in New Orleans 12 plus years, right outside of downtown New Orleans. I lived, and I get my amp and my guitar and go down wherever to the club, and 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, all the bars, the doors are wide open down there. And you just come on, jump in, just jump in. They didn't give a shit because they were so drunk anyway. And you just go jam out on Bourbon Street, and nobody cared. So there was always that attachment. Though I never stopped at some form doing some kind of music. And I
John, we'll
think
catch
that,
up in Nashville one day.
well, yeah, you
We'll
come
have to
out this
meet.
way.
We'll
I'm,
have
I'm
to meet
only
up there.
I'm only a
Hang
few
out a little
hours
bit.
away. Yeah, yeah. So you just have to let me know in advance. So I'm only working a few days a week, and I'll just shoot out there and hook up and go. Yeah, just keep me away from the Gibson garage. My wallet starts to shake. I can't go in there anymore. You know,
Yeah.
I'm trying to downsize some of my collection as it is. It's like it got crazy, but yeah. There's a lot of stuff to do out that way. I have to hook up and set something up. I think Steve goes out there too. I think for his business
Hmm.
and different things. So Erie's out kind of that way. I think he's in Kentucky. So it's just you'd be surprised if there's a few people out that way. You
Yeah.
know, so he's got to coordinate somehow. There's a
Yeah, that would
try
be
to
sick, right?
try to figure it out. Yeah, yeah. So that
All
would
of
be
us
kind of
hanging out
crazy.
together somewhere in Nashville. Psh,
They'll
fun.
fucking they'll call the cops. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
These guys are like,
for sure, man.
well,
Henry, any other questions?
what you got, Henry? Yeah, we're
Well,
rambling, brother.
well, like I said, I can sit here
We'll
all
keep it
day,
chatterboxing, man.
but
Yeah, yeah.
no, that's fine with me. Um, that was pretty much it on the questions, but I got my own little story to tell. I think
Yeah.
back in '96, I was 19 years old, and I was. This is how I found out about morning noise and the Lodi scene, other than
Hmm.
just that's where the Misfits came from. It's 1996. That summer, I had seen the resurrected Misfits at Texas Sky Park here in Corpus Christi, Texas.
Okay.
And they do a thing out here in San Antonio called First Friday near downtown. I think it's at Hemisphere Park. And I was walking around with my Resurrection Tour T-shirt, and this guy had a booth that had a bunch of VHS tapes. And he's like, "Hey man, so you're into the Misfits?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, come check this out." And he had a VHS that had two Misfits shows and a Sam Hain show on it. And he says,
Nah.
"Yeah, the Sam Hain show has an interview with the band." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I shelled out. I think I paid like $25 for it and took it. Of course, took it home right away and watched it. When it got to the interview, the interview with the band with Sam Hain, Pete Marshall, aka Damien, came out and he said, "Yeah, I was in Steve's other band too, Morning Noise, for a
Yeah, he
bit."
was. Yeah,
And I was like, "Okay." I'm right now like, okay, Erie was in Rosemary's Babies before Sam Hain, and Stevie was in Morning Noise, and Damon was in it too, and so that name stuck with me. And a couple of years went by. I think maybe 2 or 3 years, and I saw a Morning Noise CD called Death. It was called Death Trip Delivery, and it had a lot of songs on it. I
Yeah,
bought
yeah,
that and had that CD for like a week because I would throw parties at the time. I mean, I had
Yeah.
people coming in taxi cabs to come party with Henry, you know.
Yeah.
But that CD grew. I had it for a week. It grew legs and it walked, you know, and it ended up
wow,
disappearing.
Yeah.
A couple of more years go by, and I hear Morning Noise is doing some had done some reunion shows, and I'm looking up and sure that there's John, there's the guys, you know, and they're doing the reunion show, and the Cleopatra's re-releasing uh not just the Night of the Living Dead or Dawn of the Dead, sorry,
Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn
Yeah,
of the Dead single. They're releasing a whole LP with like the whole collection on there. And I was like, yeah, I gotta get some of that. And then I started looking up. I'm a kind of, well, where are they now kind of guy. And
Hmm.
I came across John, and I hit John up, and we hit it off right off the bat. And one thing
Cool.
led to another, and here we are doing to this day
yeah.
doing this. So
I remember when the morning noise thing just started going. I think Steven had called me and he goes, "Listen, I'm doing an interview and they're asking me a lot of stuff about how, I got started in music and this and that." And he's like, "Do you mind if we like use your name and some of the accolades of, one of the, I guess one of the albums on the cover, there's like a little story about it or something like that."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah,
I think he mentions my name in there or something like that. So I was like,
yeah.
"Yeah, man, absolutely, good,
Yeah,
do it."
it's in the liner notes of the LP, I believe, and then the CD too.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I was like, "Yeah, man, that's cool."
Oh yeah, yeah. And like I said, when this all kicked back off again, I didn't know what to think or do or how to react or whatever.
Right.
Because just like, what do we do now? And being out of that scene, so to speak, took some readjusting. Because I mean, obviously, Steve never left the music scene,
Right.
and he's
Yeah.
also, pretty famous. And I was out of it for so long, from that perspective. And I'm like, well, what the fuck do I do now? And
Yeah, right.
it
Like, oh, here it is
snowballed.
again. What
Here
what
it
what
is
do I
again,
do? Yeah.
you know, and the social media thing exploded, and I'm talking to people from all over the place.
Yeah.
Istanbul, Turkey, somebody's, just it's just crazy. Brazil, Germany. I'm like, what is going on? So I didn't know. I was like, all right, whatever. I just had no idea how to react to this. But it all worked out, uh, uh, and
Yeah.
I was definitely proud to be a part of that. Uh,
Shout out to the Morning Noise boys.
Morning Noise Boys,
Oh,
yep.
yeah,
LP
Morning
I hope
'89.
Noise.
they're I hope they're doing well.
Keeping it going, man. They're keeping it going for
Keep it
us,
going.
man.
Yeah,
Oh,
to
they
keep
sure
it
are.
going for sure. Like I said, we're here in Bama, so the record contract didn't come in a private jet. So I'm like, well, what am I gonna do? I'm stuck in Alabama, but it's all good. Like I said, I hope they do.
No, I
I
hear
hope they
you.
do really well. It allowed me to not only be on the album and the LP. That's all, which is fantastic. It allowed me to do my Crimson Carry thing, which worked out really cool, and
Yeah.
people know. And it's just nice for someone to say, "Hey, I got your LP, or I got the album, or I got, oh yeah, you're so and so." Like, oh, well, cool. It allows us to be, to have some self expression and
Absolutely.
not be forgotten. Uh, and now with Henry and I with this podcast, I mean, the amount of people that we have had on the show, it was staggering last year. Like, I can't believe we talked to this many people. So
Yeah,
we get,
that's
now
a
we get,
great thing.
yeah,
Uh,
movie
I'm
stars.
so happy to like even reconnect with you. Since I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that was like great. Like I don't
yeah.
even know when it was. It was probably like 4 or 5 years ago or
Oh,
something
it's about
something like
4 years
that. We
ago.
started talking
Yeah,
again, and you
yeah,
know, and uh, and now you guys are doing this stuff, which is awesome, man. That's great.
yeah. Henry
Proud of you guys.
had to go. Thank you. Henry had it going. We hooked up, and I'm like, let's try this thing. Because this whole the University Channel is that's Henry's baby. He already
Yeah,
had the thing going.
it's a lot of fun.
And so we just mashed it together, and we're having fun. It really is. We met and have talked to a lot of people. It allows you know, us to have conversations, and especially with old friends from Lodi and stuff. Come on, this is the
Right.
greatest thing, because it's and not to mention the connection with the music. That's
Yeah.
that's like the catalyst, I think,
Yeah.
for a lot of this
It's
Oh,
stuff,
just
yeah,
something that's
definitely.
always there, man.
and it's always there, man, always. But when we can, or whenever you guys are ready,
Hmm.
we're usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. It's good for
Yeah.
us.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll put
around
something
around
together for
around the
sure.
same time, yeah, and we'll figure it out. Yeah, if you guys don't get buried in 25 feet of snow, we'll have to wait for it to thaw out. But
Tomorrow's going to be a rough day, I have a feeling.
tomorrow's gonna be rough. Yeah, it's gonna be rough for sure.
Hey,
So
listen, the last couple years have been a little mild. It wasn't too bad. Now we're getting whacked with some
now you're
snow.
getting whacked.
I'm sure Steven's pissed off. He might be up on his roof tomorrow trying to get that
Look,
snow off of there.
he has yeah he has snowflake OCD. He hates the snow, hates to deal with the snow. It does his little clips. He just really does not like the snow, and I don't blame him. It's a pain in the
I
ass.
don't blame
I
him
get
either.
it,
I don't like it.
but he takes it to the next level.
It's
But
fun for a minute, and then it has to go away.
yeah, and that's what's cool about kind of where I live. People think, what the fuck you doing in Alabama? Look, I'm in the mountains. I'm close to the Tennessee border. I'm not like in some little, there's no one fucking playing a banjo barefoot somewhere. I live in the mountains on a nice little farm. I'm close to Chattanooga, Tennessee. I have access to Nashville, Birmingham.
Yeah.
So and we get just enough snow and cold weather, and then it goes away. You
Yeah.
know, we've had maybe
Uh,
a foot.
Up here in Sussex County where I live, I'm telling you, that old man Winter wants to hang around for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's
it's a
friggin',
little colder, but
yeah. I bet.
but it is
But
nice though. In the summertime, it's beautiful. We got all those nice mountains and everything, so it's good.
yeah, yeah. But we definitely what do you want to
And
have
guess
you?
and guess who rehearses up here in Sussex County, Vernon, New Jersey?
Okay,
Right? Don't the Misfits uh, do some stuff up here in
I
Vernon?
could.
I know that. I know that.
I think
I know they have property out there. Well, I'm pretty sure they jam out there
they
too.
probably jam out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
passed
honestly
by a
don't
few times.
know.
Yeah, I
Have
know
you?
how
Yeah,
far it is. Yeah,
yeah.
kind of
Wow.
cool. It's like wow.
Yeah. Well, it's Lodi. It's not Lodi anymore. It's
No,
something
not what
different.
we used to know it as.
No, it's not Lodi anymore. So so if everybody kind of moved away a little bit, out of that area as we grew up. And some people are still there. Don't get me wrong, but it's
Yeah,
different. You know, it's just a different place
I
than
will say
than
this:
what we
for
used to
such a
know.
small town, Lodi made a lot of noise, and everybody, no matter where you're from, you run into people. They know where Lodi, New Jersey is. They know where Lodi, New
Yeah,
Jersey is.
yeah. It's crazy. Well, New Jersey in general. People, oh, you're from New Jersey. I said, think about let's go bigger. The real famous, the superstars, the real who's come out of freaking New Jersey. Not to mention, besides the actors and everybody else who are in New Jersey, you know, look at the bands that came out of like South
Yeah,
Jersey. So
absolutely.
there's just a lot of talent came out of Jersey. That's just the way it is, and I truly believe it has something to do with not only playing the piers or whatever down in South Jersey, but having access to the city because New York was and still probably is it's a hot spot. You have access to New York City. Hello, it's because it's either New York or L.A. You got to pick your poison.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but us being that close to the city, there's a lot of artists that are from New Jersey, and that's and when you put that to somebody, who goes, "Oh, you're from New Jersey." I said, "Let me tell you something. Don't think Newark. When you
And we
fly into
got the we
fucking
got the New Jersey, New York accent going too, so that's another
yeah,
thing.
that's another thing. Yeah, I kind of lose it a little bit. I've been here,
Yeah,
for 20 years. So sometimes I talk to people and I get that little twang. I'm like, oh shit. But it's
yeah.
it's one of those things. What are you gonna do? then I talk to people from New York, New Jersey, whatever, and then I go back to my forget about it, go fuck yourself mode, and so it happens. It happens. It's just
That's
one of
right.
those
That's
things,
right.
But I teach the people that I work with now, the younger folks. I give them all the good slangs, like forget about it and your sister's ass, So, and they love it. They think it's the greatest thing. Oh, come on, Mr. John, that's funny. And I was like, I said, no, that's how we grew up. I don't know
What
about you
am I,
guys.
an asshole here?
What am I? Yeah, I'm walking
That's my
here.
that's my Jersey. That's my attempt at a Jersey accent.
Yeah,
Uh,
but that's that was us. That's what
uh,
we did. That's what we did. But
brutal sometimes.
look, it was good to finally have you. We've talked, so that's well to finally have you on our show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. I
It's
was
been a
And
great
I was
time, man.
so
A lot of fun and always great to reconnect with John
I
and
was I was so
spend some
excited
time with him.
when John said that he had talked to you and you wanted to be on the show. I was just like,
Yeah, I've been wanting to do this thing for a bit. Finally, you know, the timing worked out great, so that was good.
yes, definitely.
when
Yeah.
we finally got you snowed in, so you can't go to work. So now you got to come on
Yeah,
the show. No excuses. You're stuck.
yeah,
So
and we're gonna do another one soon.
well,
Yes,
as
definitely.
many as you want. Honestly, as many as you want. You guys got something going on with one of the bands or whatever you want just give us a holler. We'll throw it out there. You want to come on and do a 10-minute, 15-minute blip? Hey, we're doing this, and this. We'll throw you on. No, because this is family. This ain't bullshitting around. Whatever
Yeah.
you want to do,
We love you guys. We
we
love you
got you
guys.
covered. We got you covered, man. No worries. But look, stay safe, stay warm. I see you got the fire going behind you,
I do. I'm
barbecue.
nice and toasty down here.
Yeah, you're barbecuing your ass a little bit. It's good.
Yeah.
Oh, we got ours going too. It's cold here. It's like 30 degrees, so we got the fire going too in the living room. Great to have you on the show,
Yeah.
and
Thank you for
It
having
was
me.
a pleasure. It was a
It's been a
pleasure
lot of
having you
fun.
on, man. Anytime you want to come back, just let us know.
anytime, brother, rock on. And
Had to
I'm gonna,
go. Not my fault. Rocking it
not my
out. North
fault. That's
Jersey.
it. Check them out, guys.
Check
Check
them
them
out.
out.
Not my fault.
Uh,
Check them out.
support these guys. Go out, check them out. Have a good time. They're definitely, out there kicking ass. And I wish I was up there. That's all I can say. Not in the fucking snow, but I wish I was up there. But
We're having some
we'll
fun. We're having some fun.
have some fun, man. I'm gonna let Henry land the spaceship here, and they'll hold tight after we stop, and then we'll wrap up.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up our show for this evening. We want to thank Michael Stackhouse once again for being on the show. It was a pleasure
Okay,
having you
man.
on.
Anytime,
And
man. We love you guys.
love
We
you
love you
too.
too, brother.
And we will see you in the next video.